The events following the tragic killing of Jack Conville's drill rapper, Foolio, have been the most dramatic. While the police continue to look into the murder, hoping to make more arrests, Yungeen Ace did the unthinkable.
Chop the killer, dude. He with his do it. He with his mama. He with his baby. Do it. All this money making do it.
Man, come on, man. Hear what he said? He said, hey, they called my phone. He dropped the load. He dropped the load.
In this video, I will show you the unexpected turn of events as they unfold, beginning with Yungeen Ace admitting to Foolio's murder on camera. Yungeen Ace admits to killing Foolio. First, I want to start by telling you that in my whole life, I have never seen a situation of extreme self-snitching like the one I will tell you about right now. Just barely a week after Jacksonville rapper Foolio was gunned down, his biggest op, Yungeen Ace, couldn't stop running his mouth about what he did and how he did it. Unfortunately, Ace did not know that the cameras were still rolling when he admitted to putting the hit on Foolio.
Chop the killer, dude. He with his do it. He with his mama. He with his baby. Do it. All this money making do it.
Do it. Ace don't got no relationships with Nike. What the hell is he talking about? Do it.
Barely 8 hours after Foolio's tragic death, Yungeen Ace released a new song, Do It, in which he dissed Foolio and disrespected him with explicit lyrics that sounded quite heavy for the ears. Aside from the diss being insensitive, fans wonder if Ace is just casually telling on himself or is just eager to go to jail. Incriminatory lines in the lyrics like, "Call the phone, say they got the low, I told them do it," attracted wild reactions on the internet. Take a look at this.
Man, come on, man. Hear what he said? He said, hey, they called my phone. He dropped the load. He dropped the load.
That is crazy, you know, because I had the same reaction when the lines were first thrown at me, like boom. Oh, here's another one midway into the track. Any day a week, I better come up missing. He better stay on point. He better not be out here slipping. Oh, bro, unfortunately, Foolio was out there slipping.
But like, yo, am I tripping? Or how in the hell does this song fit perfectly with what the hell is going on? Did like everybody see this coming? Was this already a plant situation? Like,
I mean, almost everyone is out here thinking that Yungeen Ace is putting himself out there as Foolio's murderer. And guys, their points are valid. Still on crazy reactions, fans are out there with their feet in FBI's shoes, interrogating every line in the lyrics. Some are saying the diss was recorded a week before Foolio was shot, while some think that Yungeen Ace recorded the diss shortly after Foolio's death. Whichever way, Yungeen Ace was out here snitching on himself. Some fans are saying that the diss will pass as a magnificent piece of evidence during the investigation. Them boys was plotting a week ahead. He posted the pool party flyer a week ago. Listening to this make you do it. Hold up, remember this? A week before his birthday, Foolio posted an invitation flyer on his social media with the location disclosed. The first comment under the post was, "This getting shot up." Some people believe 1 week is enough time for the lyrical genius, Yungeen Ace, to cook Do It and simultaneously plan an attack on Foolio. He said it himself, "Any day a week I better come up missing." Yungeen Ace went on spitting jaw-breaking bars in that diss. He certainly did not mention Foolio's name in it, but the lyrics of the song outrightly point to Ace committing murder. He says stolens and rental with choppers and killers in it, catch his ass and do his ass, you know he finished. Bro, if this isn't self-snitching, then I don't know for real. Yungeen Ace went all out on that jam. That is not even a diss anymore. Sounds like a confession to me. Hold up, guys. Yungeen Ace is not done. Barely a week after Do It, the rapper dropped another diss track aimed at the fallen Foolio. Yungeen Ace certainly wants to go to jail because what was all this snitching for? 2 diss tracks in a week must be addressed. I'm sure he was like, if the first diss didn't make a statement, this one would do for sure. You know, I was still scrolling through the crazy reactions Do It was attracting when I saw that Yungeen Ace had dropped another one. I was like, damn, Ace thinks he is DJ Khaled. He titled this new diss Game Over because it is a game over for real. His biggest rival is gone, and now the whole of Jacksonville is his. From the title, I can assure you that Game Over slaps harder than Do It. Let's get right into the lyrics. Yungeen Ace's Game Over is a clear message. There are certainly no two ways about it.
This got the Don Julio. Oh my God. Oh my God.
In the video, he was drinking Don Julio, a metaphoric representation of winning the game over Foolio. Yungeen Ace is cold as ice. Yungeen Ace dropped Game Over on the 28th of June at exactly 6 p.m. The title and the timing carry very disrespectful connotations. Again, Yungeen Ace is snitching on himself. This time around, he is being direct. Ace spit bars like, "Dead on the floor, dead on arrival, Mr. Six. I'm steady screaming out." Remember, Foolio was ambushed at the parking lot of the hotel. He had just arrived, but that's not all.
What we gotta understand is this right here. When he say Mr. Six, we gotta realize that that is Julio Foolio's name. Julio Foolio used to call himself Six because he is Little Six and his big brother is Big Six.
Yep, that is true. Foolio and his big brother both shared the name Six, and I will tell you why. This nickname is derived from the 6th block in Jacksonville, where Julio Foolio and his big brother hail from. The territory stretches from 45th and Moncrief down. To Avenue B, Julio Foolio specifically hails from the Northside Hilltop Village apartment, which Foolio described as the most dangerous ghetto in Florida. Yeah, you better not sleep on the fact that Yungeen Ace was specifically referring to Julio Foolio when he littered the figure 6 in every angle of his lyrics in his new jam Game Over. Yungeen Ace didn't even plan to go easy on this track. The song started with, "Y'all know I smoke dead people, man, you know what I'm saying, and I smoke 6. Ace sent my doubt out the window. He is certainly talking about how he killed Foolio. Yes, we all know what he is saying. We also know that he is best known for dissing dead people, like when he released Who I Smoke, where he dissed all the dead rappers in Jacksonville, most of which were affiliated with Julio Foolio, including his brother Bibby. Who I Smoke, Bibby. Remember that jam? He went on to spit incriminatory bars like 4 in the car and one of them dead. 3 got hit. I told them they don't want no war with this. This is where it gets even tougher because Yungeen Ace just described the exact situation at the crime scene. The police reported 1 dead body and 3 injured. Unfortunately, the dead body was identified as Foolio. I mean, think about this. He even dropped the song at exactly 6 p.m. He probably wanted to echo Foolio's name so loud that the deaf could hear.
Even y'all supporters and y'all fans are looking at y'all like y'all are the ones that done killed Julio Foolio. And then you come out with a song called Game Over.
Do you get it? It is almost like Yungeen is trying to confirm everyone's suspicion. The game over is him admitting to killing Julio. Honestly, I give it to Yungeen Ace. He is a lyrical genius, and his metaphoric expressions are second to none. Though very disrespectful, the lyrics are hard. Yungeen Ace likens Julio Foolio's death to taking a shot of Don Julio. Mask on, get up close. This another closed case. Don Julio shots to the face. More so, he said this is another closed case. Is he saying that the authorities will not investigate the murder? Criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers reacted to Yungeen Ace's diss track. He said Yungeen Ace is putting himself out there to be arrested. He said if you dance too close to the sun, you would get burnt. For sure, Yungeen Ace releasing Do It and Game Over within just a week following Foolio's murder seems like dancing too close to the sun and he would get burnt. Again, Game Over has attracted crazy reactions on the internet. It is a dope song, yeah, but it is more a confession than a diss. And I wonder how Yungeen Ace is not thinking about it. He probably wants to go to prison for real. During this interview, Yungeen Ace told DJ Vlad that he was not ready to settle the beef with Foolio. He was very clear about that when Vlad told him that Foolio was thinking about settling with him. He went on to say that Foolio was thinking about settling because he had gotten what he wanted and he was probably scared for his life. Well, I for one knew that the deadly gang war in Jacksonville cannot just be settled. And if you're not in the loop, let me bring you up to date on this age-long beef. Why Yungeen Ace killed Foolio, an age-long beef. Ace's biggest competition and rival in Jacksonville, Florida is Julio Foolio. He has no love for Foolio, and though the rapper has said that he has not met Foolio before, his rise to fame is credited to the altercations between him and Foolio. Julio Foolio equally hails from Jacksonville. He was Yungeen's biggest rival, and he poses as the leader of one of Jacksonville's most dangerous gangs, KTA. KTA stands for Kill Them All. Though Foolio had publicly refuted the claims that KTA even exists, the media had attributed the name and the activities of the gang to Foolio. For a fact, gang violence in Jacksonville does not have its origin in the fight between Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace. The two rappers grew up in it. June 5th, 2018 is a very significant date in the telling of this story. On this day, Yungeen Ace was in a club celebrating his cousin's birthday, 23. Yungeen Ace was out with 2 other ATK members, including his blood brother Quan and his friend Kobe. They partied and had fun all night. Yungeen Ace was completely oblivious to the fact that his life was about to take a crazy turn forever. Yungeen Ace posted this update on social media about how 23's birthday was going. They seemed to be having fun at the time. The gang stopped at the Wasabi Japanese Steakhouse to have lunch, and in the spirit of celebration, they all posted pictures on social media, which seemed to be the precursor of the whole life-changing event.
See, we don't never go out to eat because we don't do nothing fun.
Right, yeah.
So that was like our first time going out like that. And like, I ain't gonna lie, we was slipping.
Yungeen Ace had expressed his regrets over that day countless times in interviews. It was the most horrible day of his life. A day that started with celebration ended with tragedy. An incident which Yungeen Ace has repeatedly expressed guilt over.
We was coming from Wasabi. It was my little brother's 23th birthday. We just hanging out though. we had our guard down. That's what it was.
In that interview, he explained that his brother 23 had just turned 18 and they were crazy about it until their joy turned to ashes and everything went south, literally. An eyewitness explained that he had seen the ATKs engaged in a heated argument with some other guys that would later result in gunshots, but Yungeen Ace had reported differently. Ace explained that the shooting happened very swiftly and within a twinkle of an eye, he was shot almost 8 times and his brother 23 was on the ground reaching out to him for help. He went out to explain that his blood brother Quan died almost immediately, but he had his brother 23 crying for help while the shooting was still ongoing, so he tried to shield his brother 23, and that was how he ended up with almost 5 bullets in his back. Yungeen Ace also revealed that the drive-by shooter fired over 100 bullets, which claimed the lives of all 3 of his brothers in the car. Fortunately, Yungeen Ace survived the attack. On that day, Yungeen Ace's blood brother Quan, aka Trevor Bullard, was shot 3 times, including a headshot, and died instantaneously. Royale Devon Smith Jr., aka 23, was shot almost 5 times. He also died at the scene. And Kobe, aka 4, was shot around 12 times. He died instantly at the scene too. Ace survived only by a miracle, but he prefers to believe that his survival was anchored on revenge. While still on the hospital bed, things got even worse for Ace. As it turned out, Ace didn't have any medical insurance and the hospital was not about to remove the bullets in his body without any insurance. Ace's hope was for the sheriff's department to intervene as they should in a situation like this. However, the sheriff's department seemingly shunned their responsibility, and Ace was thrown out of the hospital with several bullets still in his body. Shortly after Yungeen Ace was kicked out of the hospital, he shared a post on Instagram that expressed his pain and grief over the loss of his brothers. He also hinted at how he tried to save his brother 23, but to no avail. Ace thanked God for saving his life, but surprisingly, he wished he was dead with his brothers. To express how deeply affected he was by the murder of his brothers, Yungeen Ace got a tattoo of the trio on his stomach area. Most people found it very cute, but here is the big question.
Were there any arrests made in this whole situation?
Oh, no.
No.
I think one other thing that made the situation unbearable for Yungeen Ace was the fact that there was no arrest made for a crime of such magnitude. It was almost like the authorities were all against him. Oh, let me not jump to conclusions. 1. Arrest was made in that situation. The police later arrested Yungeen Ace and charged him with violation of probation. Ace was under probation for carrying firearms, and he was found with firearms at the crime scene. Ace made it to jail on that count. Things continued to get worse for Yungeen Ace. The court denied him bail and sent him to jail with 6 bullets in his body. The most painful part for Ace, as he would later reveal, was that the court restricted him from attending his brother's funeral. He went on to explain in Vlad's interview that while in prison, they forced him to shave his hair, and they even tried to pin the murders of his 3 brothers on him. You would agree with me that no one deserves to go through such excruciating pain all at once, wouldn't you? But Ace did. He went through it all and came out strong. During his healing process, Yungeen Ace resorted to making music and finding peace.
Stuck in confinement, wondering where the hell is my destination. Seeing my mama cry, my motivation. I know I'm blessed.
So Ace survived jail, and with the help of his lawyer, he was able to get out. He eventually channeled his pains and trauma into his music, which was exactly the opposite of what I thought Ace would do. That year, he released the mixtape Life I'm Living, in which he detailed his story in the track Pain. As a big fan of Yungeen Ace, I was quite happy for him. However, somewhere lurking is a young man who wasn't as happy for Yungeen Ace. Yes, you guessed right, the most feared Foolio, also known as Lil 6. Completely oblivious to Yungeen Ace, Foolio was somewhere wondering why the gates of hell spat him out. Since Ace wasn't welcome at the gates of hell, Foolio brought hell to him. If you thought that Yungeen Ace was the mastermind behind dissing and disrespecting dead people, then it is because you have not met Foolio. Shortly after the incident that changed Ace's life, Foolio took his celebration to social media. He printed 23's picture on a t-shirt with the caption, "Rest in peace, 23." He later revealed that he was getting a new shirt because he peed on the previous one and eventually burnt it.
Well, after Yungeen Ace gets shot and his brother gets killed, you wore a t-shirt that said "Rest in peace, 23."
Yeah.
Why do that?
So when I do something, I'm gonna go all the way, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I went all the way.
Foolio was aware that everyone on the street thought he dropped the hit that killed 23 and Yungeen's other brothers, but still, he didn't care. He went on to mock 23 by wearing a shirt that said, "Rest in peace, 23." We all know that it was nothing close to Foolio's intention for 23 to rest in peace, but Foolio was not done.
Royale Smith, this that 4X. Who else that is?
This was Foolio admitting to murdering Yungeen Ace's brothers by metaphorically burning a cigar while mentioning the names of his dead rivals. A crystal message to Yungeen Ace saying he smoked them all. Foolio was all over social media talking about the hit he put out on the ATKs, and he left a message for Yungeen Ace, reminding him of the consequences of belonging to the street. Foolio went on to release a disrespectful diss track, That, which was a direct diss at Yungeen Ace, detailing his involvement in the most traumatic event of Ace's life. The diss was embedded with the most diabolical lyrics I have ever heard. He rapped about the chopper. I mean, everyone knows that choppers mean big guns, like the type that rained over 100 bullets on Ace and his affiliates. Foolio went on to rap about how he intended to kill rapper Yungeen Ace if his plans had gone accordingly. In the middle of those diabolical lyrics, Foolio rapped out his home address to show how completely fearless he was. That was the biggest sign of disrespect to the wounded Ace. But shortly after, Foolio would realize how much of a mistake that was.
I spent on my house and like that, and my mama got hit one time.
Foolio had the street in him. He was unstoppable and all gas. But wait a minute, are you wondering why Don Foolio was doing all that to Yungeen Ace? I forgot to tell you from the onset that there is no absolute certainty as to when the beef between ATK and KTA started, but I heard everything went south after Kusu, Yungeen Ace's affiliate, was charged with the tragic death of Bibi, Foolio's best cousin. Listen to Foolio's response when Vlad asked him about the motive for his vile moves against Yungeen Ace.
You disrespecting my dead homeboy, so now I want to diss your dad. You get what I'm saying? So it'd be like a little tit for tat.
Apparently, Foolio was on a retaliatory mission to avenge the death of his brother Bibi, whom Yungeen Ace had earlier dissed and admitted that he smoked. This was made clear when Foolio put out an attack on Willie Abdullah Robinson, Xu's brother, while he was performing at a club shortly after being released from prison. Xu is Ace's top killer. He made the news for using his victim Bibi as his album cover, and he is currently serving his time in prison for the murder. Foolio put out the hit that killed Willie Robinson, at least he claimed he did, and shot his dad 2 times. Foolio was trying to smoke them all. He wanted to take down the whole of Ace's organization. However, somewhere along the line, Foolio let his guard down at about just the perfect time for the ATKs. Foolio's death day.
All right, so here's what we know at this point. Around 4:40 this morning, we received a 911 call about a shooting that happened here in the parking lot behind me on McKinley and Fowler. What we have learned, and again, this is all very early in the investigation, is that 2 cars were shot at.
In the early hours of June 23rd, one of Jacksonville's most controversial drill rappers, Julio Foolio, met his death in a gruesome manner. Death was not in any way kind to Julio Foolio. His life was snatched right after celebrating his 26th birthday in Tampa, Florida. Tampa police confirmed that Julio Foolio was the only deceased of an intense shootout targeted at 2 cars on arrival at the parking lot. 3 other people were transported to the hospital in stable condition as a result of the shooting. Hold on a minute. How did we get here?
The pool party start today at 5, 6 o'clock. If you already got the address, pull up, man. You got the address, pull up. If you need the address, DM me right now. Appreciate everybody popping out for my birthday, you know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday!
Julio Foolio's birthday was on the 21st of June, but the rapper wanted an extended birthday celebration, which was supposed to end on the 23rd of June. Julio Foolio promised a fun-filled pool party celebration for his 26th birthday. He posted the flyer online, invited everyone, and dropped the location for people to turn up. Unfortunately, Death wanted to party that weekend, and Foolio's invitation was open to everyone, so why not? Halfway into the party, Foolio updated on his Instagram story that his party was kicked out of the Airbnb by the police because the population exceeded the occupancy limit of the Airbnb. This shows how large the party became. So many people attended. That was not a good strategy for a man of his capacity. Still, Foolio was not about to succumb to that glaring red flag his party was waving at him. He had planned to party all night, so he simply just shifted the party to a club. Investigators also tracked the suspect's vehicle at about the same club Julio Foolio went to. Soon the party was over. Julio Foolio had booked lodging at the Holiday Inn, Tampa, Florida, where he planned to retire for the night. So he drove down to the Holiday Inn alongside one other car. At this point, Death was a step ahead of Foolio. As it turned out, Foolio's killers were already on location, patiently waiting for him to arrive. It was a dead-on arrival situation for Foolio. At around 4:40 in the morning, Tampa police received a call about a shootout at the parking lot of the Hotel Inn, Tampa, Florida. Police reported that they arrived at a grotesque crime scene. 2 cars were shot at with 4 people affected by the incident. As a result, 1 person was found dead at the crime scene, while 3 others were transported to the hospital, luckily in stable condition. After the gruesome gruesome incident, Tampa Police and Jacksonville Sheriff's Department made one promise.
And I can guarantee you that we're going to be following up and making arrests in that case.
That same week, authorities launched an investigation into the murder of rapper Foolio, and 5 people were charged. Authorities charged Isaiah Chance, Alicia Andrews, Sean Gathright, Rashad Murphy, and Davian Murphy in connection to the murder. What I must tell you, however, is that the squad comprised members of the ATK, Ace's Top Killers and 1200 Gang, a longtime affiliate of the ATKs. While the first 4 suspects were arrested and detained, Davian Murphy escaped into thin air. Investigators revealed that there is sufficient evidence connecting all 5 suspects to the roles they played in the murder of Foolio on the 23rd of June 2024. Investigation into the murder revealed Isaiah Chance and his girlfriend Alicia Andrews on surveillance video pulling into the same Airbnb Foolio partied through the parking lot. Shortly after, a phone logs investigation revealed Chance called fellow suspects, and Sayan Gathright arrived in another vehicle alongside Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy. At around 3 a.m., when Foolio moved his party to Truth 18 Lounge, surveillance video captured the 2 suspect vehicles in the same location. A license plate reader search later confirmed both vehicles traveled from the Jacksonville area to the Tampa area before Foolio's murder and then left the area the following afternoon. Both suspect vehicles followed Jones to a final location, a Holmes 2 Suites, where 3 shooters armed with 2 AR-style rifles and a Glock got out of the Impala and sprayed Foolio's vehicle with bullets, killing him and injuring 3 others. Investigators said the 3 shooters dressed in black were identified as Rashad Murphy, 30, Davian Murphy, 27, and Gathright. Investigators also revealed that the suspects sent several messages from the crime scene through their cell phone devices. Evidence shows that while Rashad Murphy was more likely without his phone during his time in Tampa, Murphy sent messages through Sean Gathright's phone. Gathright's phone revealed that 2 messages were sent from the phone on the same day and about a few hours after the murder, while they were still at the Airbnb. One message reads, "I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched. Pop a bottle of Don Julio today, Murphy." And the other message reads, "I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched. I love you." It's actually funny how these dudes thought they were communicating in codes. I'm sure the police did not break a sweat in breaking that code. Investigators believe that Foolio was the target of a well-calculated and thought-out plan in a surveillance video obtained. From one of the suspect's home cameras, investigators claim Isaiah Chance, 21, and his girlfriend Alicia Andrews, also 21, and his killer squad tracked and followed Foolio from Jacksonville to Tampa in a silver Chevy Cruze. More details show that the duo followed the rapper to 2 different locations on the nights of his birthday celebration on June 22nd. Surveillance video shows Isaiah Chance at both locations having a phone call conversation. It was later revealed that Chance was communicating with Alicia Andrews' phone, and he was communicating with Sean Gathright, 18, who was in a second suspect vehicle, a black Chevy Impala. According to police reports, the other passengers in the black Chevy Impala were the 2 brothers, Rashad Murphy and Davian Murphy, while Chance, Gathright, Andrews, and Rashad Murphy were arrested and detained in less than a week following the murder. Davian Murphy, the 5th suspect, just got arrested on January 6, 2025. If you love this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.